Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
This morning we are going to talk about another rhetorical device having to do with style. Today it is called Zeugma.
That can't be right.
It is right.
There's something wrong.
That is how you pronounce it, according to the book. So, let's get into it then. So, Zeugma is when there are unexpected items in a sentence and they are joined together by a shared word. Usually it's a verb that is shared. So, two things sharing the same verb. That's how it's most commonly used. To eliminate a verb that two nouns share. So rather than using two verbs in a longer sentence, you can shorten it up, make it more concise. Not only does it make it more concise, well, we'll get into the uses a little bit later, but it will also actually make the reader create a connection between the two ideas that are seemingly incongruent. And
Is two T-O-O or just T-O?
It's definitely T-O.
it should be it should be T-O. Yes, thank you for pointing out my errors.
That's what I'm here for.
Thank you, appreciate it. Just one O in the word two there. I don't know why there are two.
There are too many O's.
I was probably thinking of the word Zeugma and just type. I know that, but it's pronounced like two O's. So I'm just trying to make an excuse for my mistake. It's okay. All right, next one.
No, wait.
Yes, you can look at it online.
He goes through it and then he goes back.
Here's an example. Without Zeugma, the runner lost the race. The school then canceled his scholarship. Yeah, pretty bad, right? Jake, you gotta be careful.
Don't lose.
It's
It's a good thing I don't lose.
Yeah, it is. However, with Zeugma, you'll notice that we can actually make this more concise and make the reader think a little bit more about this. The runner lost the race and the scholarship.
Yeah.
So now the race and the scholarship are both sharing the verb lost. Okay?
Like, it depends. How badly did you lose the race?
He came in second.
Wow.
I don't know. It's open for interpretation as to how badly he did. Or she did. We don't know. Okay.
Wait, Jake, for what?
19 at Arcadia, 19 kids went under 9 minutes for their 2 miles.
9 minutes?
Wow. Competition is getting more fierce. This may be more true than we know, right? All right. So, here are some uses for Zeugma. Sometimes you may postpone the verb of the sentence until the end. We call this a periodic sentence. It is a form of Zeugma because the most important word or idea is at the end of the sentence, thus creating suspense and elevating the importance of the verb that comes at the end of the sentence.
Every time you say that word, you start getting one more towards
Zeugma and Zumba.
like every time you say it, you sound like you're saying Zumba.
Okay, I'll try to make sure I emphasize the G.
For your audience.
Okay. For your audience out there, apparently I don't need to confuse you by saying Zumba instead of Zeugma. So this is not Zumba, this is Zeugma. Zumba is a dance craze. I do not know how to do it. I cannot show you that. However, I can tell you more about Zeugma. Yes?
So for each style of writing, would there be different rhetorical devices? Or is there each rhetorical device is not necessarily what would be each?
Very good question. It all depends on what you are trying to do with your writing. If you're trying to make something more serious, maybe, or more straight to the point, you might not use a lot of metaphor. You might just use Zeugma, for example, right, to emphasize certain things. However, Zeugma can also be used metaphorically. And I'll show you that in a second here with the next example. So, here is an example. Okay? And I'm going to see if I can make you not see the last bit of this example here. See if this works. No, I can't do it. Anyway, the teenage sweethearts, the elderly couple, and the flickering candles all danced late into the night. Okay? So, with that word, we have suspended the verb danced, till the end. So like, well, what do all these things have in common? The teenage sweethearts, the elderly couple, and flickering candles. Why are these joined together? Oh, I see. They're all dancing. Right? Creates a bit of suspense. And it implies, ah yes, the candlelight dance of the romance has a chance. I did, yeah. Thanks for noticing. I was trying to give you a little excitement there in your day. As if Zeugma wasn't exciting enough. So here are some more uses of Zeugma, girls. It can help forge a strong connection between different parts of a sentence. Okay, rather than using a transition word, you could use Zeugma to help show the relationship between things. And by having the same word share a meaning with other words, makes the reader see them as closely related. So it makes the reader think about them in a different way than if they were separate and in different sentences. It also helps your writing to seem more interconnected. Whose is that? Is that yours? Somebody's sounded like some computer voice was talking. Oh well. Anyway. Okay. Another way to use Zeugma, and some of you might try to employ this a little bit more, is that when you have sort of repeated words in sentences, they come from being poorly organized. So you're trying to say something impressive and you have a great idea in there, but you have so many words in your sentence that it gets confusing. So you can use Zeugma to actually make that more concise and less confusing. Okay? Are we ready for some examples now?
Yes, we are.
Awesome. We had some, now we're going to have some more. So you might not normally associate these things here. However, by using Zeugma, it helps to emphasize different things. On the same day, the judge tried the high-profile murder case and his wife's homemade soup. What does this imply?
That he tasted the soup and
Tasted the murder.
Possibly. Jenya.
Why do you want to emphasize soup so much?
Ah, good question. So, it is implying, it could be one of two things, right? It is implying that trying his wife's homemade soup is just as difficult as trying a high-profile murder case, which speaks badly of his wife's cooking.
That's really rude.
Ouch.
By that association. Or it could be that his wife's homemade soup is so good that it is on the same level as the verdict of a murder case. One of two ways could be taken, right?
Probably the bad.
So you have homemade soup and a murder case, not ideas normally associated together, right? However, using Zeugma, you have put them together, causing the reader to think about, oh, what is it about the homemade soup or the murder trial that the author wants us to associate together? Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. Here's another one that's a bit more metaphorical. The abandoned dance hall was full of broken glass and hearts.
Aww.
Right? So a dance hall that's been abandoned, windows are broken, right? Not only is, but notice we also have something else here. Another rhetorical device. Who can tell me? Abandoned dance hall was full. Abandoned and full. Anybody?
Oh, I remember, but I can't.
Okay. Everybody that seems to say Latotes is the favorite of
It's gotta be inertia.
inertia. Anyway, you can see the association here, right?
Okay, I think it's going to change from Latotes to Zeugma pretty soon.
Yeah. The dance hall, it's abandoned, no longer used. Therefore, it's still full, though, of all the broken windows. But not only that, the broken hearts of the people who broke their romance. You know, the teenage couple and the elderly couple and the dancing candles, right? Apparently, that didn't last very long because their hearts were broken along with the glass. Questions? That is the end of that one for now.